Hey guys, it's Red Umbra here, and I'm just waiting on my father. He's going into the bank and things to pay bills. And I'm doing shopping today. Today. And, well, I needed to do another vlog today. So I just wanted to say hi, and also there was this thing that I was watching the other day, and a lot of people are hating on him at the moment, is Steven Seagal. Like, I think he cannot act. I do not like his acting whatsoever. He can't act. He's a reasonable martial artist. But for him to rubbish people like Jackie Chan and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren and Bruce Lee, I mean, what's wrong with him? Jean-Claude Van Damme, first of all, was a champion kickboxer. A world champion kickboxer. Oh, he even insulted Chuck Norris too. Chuck Norris was a world champion kickboxer. Then you look at Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, most people think that he's not that strong. He is. Bruce Lee had huge respect for him. That's the reason why Jackie Chan ended up doing basically all of the main stunts with Bruce Lee for all his movies. Like when Bruce Lee kicks that Japanese guy out of the rice paper door, and the guy goes flying into the like the little yard. That was Jackie Chan. And here's Steven Seagal basically making fun of them, saying that they wouldn't stand a chance against him. Or what do you think of them? They're nice enough people, but they're not really great martial artists. And the thing is, yes, they are. I mean, where's his proof that he's a champion? They have all been champions. And Bruce Lee has like 9 world records that have not been beaten yet. None have been beaten. And the only thing is, one of them says his punch was only 260 pounds. I don't believe that, because otherwise there would be a lot more people that could send somebody flying like 5 meters back. And I mean, him with a 1-inch punch could send people flying back 5 to 6 meters. You can't tell me that his punch was only 260 if he can do that with a 1-inch punch. I mean, 1-inch punch sends him that far. A 10-inch punch that he done sent the person back something like 10 meters. 10 or 11 meters. Now, with that kind of force, you cannot tell me that if he could only do 260 pounds, that he'd be able to send someone flying like that. The thing is if it was truly 260 pounds, how come there aren't more people who can do that? I mean, yeah, sure, the guy was like pure muscle, and the way he planted himself made him like a stone pillar, or a steel pillar. even. Just planted in the ground, buried in the ground. I mean, yeah, sure. He made himself like that so that when he hit them, he wouldn't budge, and basically almost 100% of his power went behind the hit. Now, you cannot tell me that there is that with 260 pounds behind a punch, he can, like I said, he can send somebody flying that far no matter how much he plants himself. Now, that's 260 pounds sending somebody flying that far, yet people who can punch at like 500 pounds can't even send somebody flying that kind of distance. I mean, they punch with 500 pounds and they will send a 50 kilo guy, like a 50 to 60 kilo guy flying back maybe 7 meters, and you'd die. You'd probably die from a full-on punch to the face, or even the body. You'd probably break ribs. You would only fly back maybe 6-7 meters. Yet they're so-called 260. Yeah, that's why I don't believe that. I think his punch was probably much higher. But yeah. Anyway, back to Steven Seagal. Yeah, he had no right to insult them. I mean, there is about 4 videos I've seen of people calling him a liar and a fat useless liar and things like that. And I mean, yeah, sure, the guy is a good martial artist, but yeah, he had no right to insult those guys. I mean, Dolph Lundgren was a champion as well in his own fighting style. But I mean, to insult them and have no proof of his own skill, it's bad. I mean, it would be like, him insulting them would be like a kid that's been doing martial arts for 1 year saying that he is going to beat somebody who has been doing it for 5 years and is a champion. Let's say a person's done it for 5 years, they're a champion. He's like a person who's been training and is good, but hasn't earned a championship, and then insulting. So yeah, anyway, we'll get off that, because I don't want to bore you guys. But yeah, so anyway, this will be from me anyway. Bruce Lee, I have a lot of respect for him. His philosophies, his sayings. My favourite one is his water one. I can't remember it exactly, but it goes something like this. You must be formless and shapeless like water. It can either flow or it can crash. So be water, my friend. Which basically what he's saying is, I've seen an extended version where when he's talking about it, he says, see, with water, you put it in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put it in a pot, it becomes the pot. It adapts to any situation, whatever it is needed for. And that's what he means by that, is always adapt, always learn new things to adapt to be able to beat any situation. Learn everything you can, even if it means hitting somebody in the privates. So, like, if you are in a fight, who gives a crap if somebody says that you're being a girl for, or you're being a wimp for hitting somebody in the privates? If it works, it works. The thing is you should never be afraid to use anything to your advantage. If somebody is going to beat the crap out of you, use whatever you can. And that's what he means, is just use whatever you need to use. Don't worry about what others will think. Just worry about what you can do. And I like that. Also, I like his other saying is, you were not put in this world to live up to my expectations, and I was not put in this world to live up to yours. The thing is, what he means by that is, don't do something to make somebody else proud, or make them feel proud of you, or because I've already said that, sorry, or happy for you, or anything like that. And he basically means that instead of trying to live up to other people's expectations, instead of trying to make them happy or proud, do it for yourself. If what you're doing makes you proud, and if you beat your expectations, make new expectations for yourself, and just constantly try to reach your own limits and things like that. Always try to advance yourself, and don't care about what other people's expectations are. Care about what your own expectations for yourself are. And I think that's awesome. I think that's brilliant. But yeah, he has so many sayings. If you have a look, I mean, he was a philosophy major, so there's a lot about him. And my face went red because of the lighting. But yeah, his philosophies and the way he done things and everything, it was amazing. He truly was a superhuman. I mean, I saw a video, that was slowing down to 0.125, which means it was slowing down to a quarter of its speed. And to slow it down to that, yet his punch, like, if you blinked, you would still miss it. His punch, I think they said that his punch, at his quickest, he can punch at 0.1 seconds to extend his arm fully, and to extend his punch fully and bring it straight back. That was 0.1 seconds. Now, that means he could do 10 punches in a second. Now, that is crazy fast. I mean, that is super fast to do a jab in that kind of speed. Also, I mean, when he does his punch, there is power behind every single one. So, you can imagine what would happen if you ended up in a fight with him. You wouldn't be able to block, and before you even knew what happened, you'd black out. Or you'd be dead. If he really wanted to kill you, he could. without you even knowing what happened. And for him to do that kind of damage, and everything, that is just crazy. That speed and that damage is just crazy. And yeah, I was just watching him do this 1-inch punch, and it was that quick for his fist to go from being fully open like that to suddenly a fist and his arm being straight through a inch thick wooden board. That's crazy. That's crazy speed. And what people don't understand as well is a lot of people are like, oh, well, if he can put his fist through the board, putting a kick through the board is easy because after it he does a kick. But the thing is, what they don't get is, because there is not an arm holding, a hand holding the top and bottom of it, you have to hit it with more force and more speed. If you hit it too slowly and do not have enough power, it won't break. It'll just fly off the person's hand and go flying away. Yet he kicked it with so much speed and force that he broke it as it was moving. Now, what that means is like, what I'm meaning is like, you have a card, you hit it, it flies like that. So most of the force gets dispersed. He hit it so hard that before the energy could disperse, it destroyed the board. That's just... He was truly a freak. He was awesome. Well, anyway, guys, that's enough about Bruce Lee and things. I will be doing another vlog, but this one's almost done, so I'll see you guys in the next one, and remember, keep living happy. Laters.